If Arizona were a color, it would be red. It's home to the Red Rock State Park. Sedona is famous for its red clay. Cardinals fans are draped in red every football season. But the biggest reason Arizona is a red state is their voting patterns. The state has voted for the Republican candidate in 70% of general elections since its founding in 1912.
We came within 1 percentage point of carrying Arizona. I hope you'll help us do just a little better on Tuesday.
This 1996 Bill Clinton rally was the last election when the deeply Republican state voted for the Democrat. In 2016, Trump won the state by 4 percentage points, but things seem to be shifting in the Grand Canyon state, making it a top Democratic target in 2020. But first, let's talk demographics. Part of the reason people think Arizona could turn blue is the growing power of the Latino vote, something McCain was aware of all the way back in 1996.
The Hispanic vote turned out strongly in favor of President Clinton. That's something the Republicans are going to have to look at and carefully in the future in this state.
Bringing it back to 2016, an exit poll analysis estimated that Hillary Clinton won more than 80% of the Latino vote in Arizona. And the share of eligible Latinos who voted also increased from 37% in 2012 up to 42% in 2016. Latinos have historically been written off by national campaign strategists, but Democrats increasingly believe that they could provide crucial voting margins for Joe Biden in November, especially in a state like Arizona. In mid-July, the Biden campaign made a strategic pivot to win over more Latino voters. One of those strategies was to spend $1 million in Spanish language outreach. Politically, Arizona is dominated by Maricopa County, which includes Phoenix. And in the last several elections, Maricopa has consistently accounted for about 60% of the votes cast in Arizona, meaning the candidate who wins Maricopa usually wins the whole state. Democratic Senator Kristen Sinema made inroads in this historically red county. On top of the emerging purple and blue tones in Maricopa County, there is the devastating impact coronavirus has had throughout the state. Trump started advocating for states to reopen back in May.
They're going to open. They're going to all open. Open things up.
Our country wants to open.
And the Republican governor in Arizona followed suit, quickly reopening the state while taking a lax approach to social distancing and mask wearing. Governor Ducey even took it as far as signing an executive order banning local governments from issuing mask mandates, a policy he later retracted after the state saw a spike in confirmed corona cases leading into the summer. In June, the daily numbers of new confirmed cases grew from 187 a day up to almost 5,000 a day. The pandemic has hit one of the state's fastest growing voting blocs the hardest: Latinos. In Maricopa County, Latino residents are more than twice as likely to become infected as non-Latino residents. Polling by Latino Decisions found that 73% of Latinos living in Arizona hold Trump directly responsible for allowing the pandemic to spiral out of control. And almost 50% answered yes when asked if the pandemic has led to anyone in their household losing a job, receiving a pay cut, or having trouble just paying their bills. It's hard to overstate the gravity of the situation for Trump. If he loses Arizona's 11 electoral votes that Republicans historically can rely on, his re-election could be doomed.